All right, hello everyone. So today is Thursday, 23rd of November. Now this is 22nd. I got gold in front of me, and this is today. I've got all the Astro hours. They're already in the members area as usual before I do the video. Gold on the daily, we talked about this level, tapped it and bounced back again. Today's support is 59.1988. If you're using 80 AM, you would have been on top of it, because that's your 1988 pretty much there. Okay, 1988, let's do that. This was a zone yesterday. You see, this is where the market popped up, and this was the gap. So the market comes back into the Astro hours and goes up from here. And this is also Astro hours falling down. I had a buy position in yesterday here, which was okay. It got covered here. I entered again. That got covered when the gap was covered, but as you can see, the stop losses are really tight, so we can cover the trade quickly. But afterwards here, it was just looking too dodgy. And on the second position, I got stopped out here. So, okay, so no loss, a little bit of a profit still. And that's why knowing the hours is important, because then you see we've got a big breakout here, market coming down. The retracement is a sell opportunity to come back down right into the Astro hours here. All right, and that's also, remember, 1991 was a target yesterday on the lower side, and it did that. So today that's 1988. This is in no man's land right now. So we're either going to come back down, down into this zone. Okay, and go up, or we're just going to, go sideways. Today, the US markets are closed, so the resistance here is 67. If you're going to buy, your first target is going to be 2011. Now you see we're going to put this 2011 up here. Okay, so that's your 2011. On the weekly, this 60 is still the same, 2017. I can get rid of this 2016. No, I cannot get rid of that. I'll keep that one. I'm going to get rid of the 2020 because the daily setup has changed. Okay, so that's support, that's resistance. So we'll see how things pan out. Okay, this was, as you can see, a strong sell here, breaking this and this. Both the swings got broken. So the market wanting to sell here is also an option. And remember, you also have your swing days, which you should be paying attention to. And gold, today's Thursday, was Monday. So nice up move on a Monday. And this could actually take us, we could still be hanging out here at the highs. So buying the lows is not a bad idea, because the next swing day is going to be Friday, which is tomorrow. So buying the lows to go up is an option at Astro hours. Today's important Astro hours, I'll put double star on one of them. You should check that out, because that's going to be important. But if the market does swing there, we should have an okay day. Okay, the only drama is New York is closed, and that's in the afternoon. So that's basically it. Okay, so that's that on the gold. All right, if the market breaks below the 1988, okay, don't stand in front of it. What you want to do then is, maybe next week we'll look for a retracement to sell down, okay, but don't stand in front of the market if it breaks down, because you know what happens when a PST breaks. Okay, so be careful. Let's take a look at SP 500. Here's the daily. We talked about these levels before. Yesterday I gave you high levels. I also said yesterday, if you recall, that I said there's going to be a push in the market, and then the market should carry on. So that was the push exactly at the Astro hour. Market retraces, and you can see how the market just hung around at the targets, those PST levels right there. It just hung around there at the Astro hours, and at this Astro hour it's just boom, fell down, retest, sizzling down again. So this zone is obviously a bit of a drama. Okay, the market's still in an up push move. It can still get up there, not a problem. But your first resistance is going to be that 78, which is 4,580, which is there. So that's still a zone to look out for, and that's cool. Okay, on the weekly, we're still 62, 63 zone. So that 4,580 was on the weekly as well. So now it's on the weekly and the daily. All right, so that zone is something to look out for. And on the monthly, we're right on the zone pretty much. And this red line here, whoops, is 59, which is 4,573. So I can actually put 4,573 there as well. Let me just move this up here. 4,573. So this zone here is not a bad zone. And I'm just going to keep these here, but you can delete these if you got them on your chart already. Why? Because they're already done, aren't they? Okay, so going back into there and then selling down from there as well, also an option. And on this one as well, if the market breaks down, 75 is your support for the day, which is 4,560, which is, how could that be? Just bear with me. 75.59. 4,559. That's funny. Just a second. Where are we? We are on that bar. 75.59. 4,559.15. Okay. And 78. 4,580. Let's do this. The daily pivot is the low of Asia. Okay, so if we break the swings of yesterday down, or we break the low of yesterday here, or the day before, then any pull up is good to sell as well. If we go up first, selling the 4,573, 4,580 zone is the way to go. All right, if we go up first, selling here is good. If the market comes down first, it might want to go back up again, and that's fine. So where to go back up again? This is not very clear here, but any price level at the lows here is okay. Let's draw that. These are the ones with the big wicks. So if I take this zone, it's okay. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Euro dollar, same kind of thing here. As you can see, the targets were made. Okay, that's the target there, as you can see, with the euro dollar. So yesterday, these were the Astro hours. Okay, market making slightly up move, dipping into their target there. So not very clear for the euro dollar. But with the euro dollar, look, this when you're in between zones, you have to understand where not to trade. Okay, this is why we use technical analysis. In the middle of nowhere, all right, trading in the middle of nowhere is not a good idea. If you're gonna buy or sell, if you're trading this, yesterday I was on gold, so let's see, I didn't do anything on this, but if you're going to trade this, then you got to understand, look, if I'm going to come up here, okay, remember I marked this in yesterday, I would sell at the tops here at Astro hours. That didn't happen. Then I said these are targets if the market, sells off. Okay, if you wanted to sell the retracement of this push down, then you would have taken that bar and said, look, if it comes up there at Astro hours, I'll sell. You see, it wasn't Astro hours. Okay, it just sold off, and that was an Astro hours. So there was nothing really to do here. Okay, yesterday with the euro dollar. So not much to talk about here. From today's point of view, maybe it'll go back up again. Let's take a look at the weekly again. So we're pretty much at the top here. So this zone, as you know, is a sell zone for us. If you want to buy it, it's not that you shouldn't or you can't. If it's like it's a bit in the middle of no man's land here, so the only time you can buy this is if in the low of Asia, which is the daily and the opening here, pretty much, right? At Astro hours, you can like go up. What you need to be careful about now, this is going to change, okay? Your resistance is going to be this. All right, it's because this is the first place the market will sell as they sold off here. So the first Astro hours for today, what, 8:55 my time, which is 7:55 on the platform, which is going to be on this bar here. Whoopsie daisy. All right. And that's 8:45, 8:45 there. So this zone is going to be the first resistance where the market might sell off, and that's fine if you want to do that. This level we don't have on the PST today, do we? No, we don't. What do we have? 75, 77, 1031, 1092. If the market does go up, 1031, 1092. Is there anything on the weekly? No, anything on the monthly? 53, 1013, that stays. Okay. This is still on the cards from the monthly. Okay. So if the market does come, this is going to be a resistance. This is where they sold off before. If it comes down into Astro hours and you want to go long, you can also do that because that's a level 2 that the market can go up to. Where you're going to cover yourself. If the market comes down into the weekly, let's say, at an Astro hour and you want to go up, you can just cover yourself at just under the daily in the opening, which is actually the same kind of thing you should have done yesterday if you went long, right? So for example, let's say you went long on on this bar yesterday, then the opening is where you should have covered yourself. Okay, immediately you cover yourself there. Okay, so same kind of thing. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and Bitcoin. In terms of those, don't think much changes. Much going to change because they're all U.S. indices, and the U.S. market is on Thanksgiving today and half day tomorrow. Okay, so this is Dow Jones, pretty much as you can see here. All right, let's see what that level is. That's 145. And what did we have yesterday? We didn't have 145. We had 10 past 9. There. All right, so 10 past 9 on the platform. 10 past 10, UTC plus 3. So we had that level. The market dipped just at the opening there and then went up. And then we had 10 past 4 on the platform, which was 10 past 4 on the platform is on this bar. And that's the breakout. And remember, I said I'm expecting a push up, breakout. And that's where the sudden move came in. And then we had 645 on the platform. 645 on the platform is there. All right, which was 7:45 my time. And we also had 8:35 my time, which was 7:35, which is right there. So as you can see, the target was pretty much done there. Okay, and the market just stuck around here. So what do we expect with the Dow Jones? We're still in the sell zone here. Okay, we just have to be a little careful. This 76, 35,320. Let's take a look. 35,320 is today's level on the daily. On the weekly, as you can see, we're pretty much on that level there. It's pretty much done. And this zone is pretty much it. Is there a gap here? Maybe just a teeny meeny one. Okay. There, but still There you go. On the monthly, 57.35.755. That's a bit far out. Okay, so I'm not going to do anything with that level unless we go above these levels. So no need to mark them in yet. 35.384. Where's that come from? 35.441. 35.441. We'll just move that into here. All right, so boom, boom, these are levels. I can now get rid of these. Not relevant. But as you can see, the targets like on the upside were all done. So it's all good. So this zone, we're still looking to sell though. Okay. But here's the good buy kiss again, as you can see that line coming in. So the market still can tap up, make a double top. So we have to be a bit smart. The first support is 71, 35,187. So 35,187 is going to be here. So if we break below this, okay, then you got to be careful because of the support breakdown. If it breaks down, we'll probably go into that 35.70.50. 35.50 is here, and 70 is going to be just there. So then this will be a target zone. All right, and the first buyers will come in here. Okay, so we'll have to see. It's a bit tricky, as you can see. So wait for those hours, and the US market is closed, so I'm thinking it's going to be slow. Nasdaq, let's take a look. Nasdaq, same kind of thing here, as you can see. Market selling off that white line I put in before. The support of today is 69, which is 15,956. 15,956. So this is the first support of today. Here, I marked in this level before. The market broke out, did the targets, comes back there and buys again. All right, so it's just a matter of technical analysis and you working on it. Now, on the weekly, we still might have room to go up there, okay, which we said it's possible. So we have to be open-minded for that. But with the market being closed, maybe you want to leave the indices until next week. Okay, I don't think it's really worth doing anything with the indices with New York being closed. Not really worth our while when New York is closed. Okay, but it's up to you. If you want to go long, still you can, because the market is going up. But you know me, I don't like to be a buyer at high levels. So if you're going to buy, just buy on a retracement. That's that. Okay. If you want to sell, you can sell the highs. Also be open-minded to these levels. So just do your trading at the Astro hours. If you want to buy, support is the place to buy. If it breaks below, don't muck around. On the weekly, you can see we still may have a bit of room to go up, but we'll see how that pans out. The only time you can still buy is if the market is low, like here. We're low here, okay, and it's an Astro hour. Then you can go long with it. Bitcoin, as you can see, still a bit messy around here. I talked about this level yesterday. So if the market gets up there, I said you could sell off. So that was a nice target. As you can see, it did it at the closing, and now it's sizzling down sideways a little bit. It's a bit choppy, okay? I think November is done what it's supposed to do. It brought everything to a level where it's now stagnating, and it's probably going to turn around, and that's basically it. So with cryptocurrencies, as you can see, we're like quite high on the monthly as well. Maybe there's room to go up, I don't know, but at the end of the day, this zone is a bit tricky because the gap's filled and this level is a sell zone. So as you can see, the market is like a little tricky here. Okay, if you want to sell, like I said, you got to make sure you break this swing, and then on a pull-up you can sell. Also, if you want to sell, you're going to have to do the highs if you can. The first level is 64 today, which is 37,966. 37,966 is here. So this is going to be the first zone where you can sell at Astro hours, and that's about it. On the daily, if it breaks above that, I wouldn't stand in front of it, because this is a bit of a sandwich zone here. Okay, so once again, maybe leaving this for next week is not a bad idea at all.